Come on. Good knock on the door.
Come in.
Hello, Mr. Williams. I'm Riley Sparks, and I'm here with.
Sarah, Simon's mom. Nice to meet you.
Now, I just want to mention.
Please sit down.
All
Please, sort of.
right, thank you.
Rushing into things. Take her
All
time.
right. Well, I just want to mention, as coming into the school here, I noticed all the Trenton Tiger posters on the wall and everything. I just find it amazing that how much pride you put in the school, and it helps the kids, want to take pride in their school.
Very beautiful and colorful.
Well, thank you. Thank you both of you. Yes,
Thank
we
you.
do take a lot of pride in this school.
Now, before we get started, I just want to remind you that I'm going to be taking notes during this whole meeting, and if you want these, I can email them to you or even fax them if you want.
That's fine. We can do that.
That's fine with you, all right? Is
Yeah.
that fine with you?
Yeah.
The first thing that I would like to discuss is specifically Simon's presence in the classroom. As you know from previous requests, it is a strong opinion that Simon will be in the classroom 100% of the time.
Well, Riley, I tend to disagree, as Simon has significant disabilities that affect his mobility.
Mm-hmm.
He needs this time outside the classroom to keep up with his peers.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's really an area where Sarah knows best.
Well, I would like to think so. Something that we have been doing recently with Simon is practicing stability walking alongside a railing. We have consulted Dr. Ream, and he has stated that Simon has made great progress from his activity. When we asked him if it was appropriate to have Simon performing other forms of mobility practice at school, he said that it was not necessary.
Well, Sarah, would you happen to have this recommendation in writing?
I believe Riley has it.
I sure do. I'll get it for you there, Mr. Williams. There you go. And that's it right there.
Just give me a minute while I look at this, please.
That's all right. We sure can. Thank you.
Yeah, because I believe with more time in the classroom, Simon would be able to catch up on what he's been missed already. Don't you agree, Riley?
That sounds perfect. If Simon has more time in the class, he can catch up on just about anything.
Well, from what his report card said, he seems to be doing just fine with his current schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to throw Simon off by switching up his routine.
We understand that the routine is something that is very important to Simon, but we also know that he needs to be in the classroom. When Simon is in the classroom, he has the opportunities to build friendships that will lead to having a friend to play outside with and play soccer or football and what the kids do nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, just last week Simon was telling me about how Jacob asked him to play at recess and how tiring it was chasing all the other boys around the yard. He really enjoyed it too. He told me how much fun he had, but it was tiring.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just don't see how music is more important than learning how to walk like every other child.
Music is a time to let off some steam, a time to laugh and have a good time with your peers. By taking Simon out of music, he's losing the opportunities to build friendships with his friends and have good times.
Well, Riley, let me try to get you to understand this. I believe that he can make friends during other periods, like gym and lunch.
And I see that you see that, but Simon, during those periods, is focusing more on how to do the stuff during the activities and can't really take time to talk to his friends and peers.
But he's included in all the same activities, Riley, as everyone else is.
What I'm trying to say, Mr. Williams, is that Simon has to work extra hard at keeping up with his other kids, so he often doesn't have the same opportunities to connect and share experiences with the other kids between these activities.
Riley, well, I'm in there all the time, Riley and Sarah, during gym, and I have never noticed an issue. Maybe he's just a shy boy. I don't know. Maybe he isn't.
Well, when he first started school, of course, Simon was shy. But as the school year has went on, he's really seemed to come out of his shell. And when he comes home to me, he's always frustrated. He thinks that the other kids in his class don't like him because he is different.
This is why it's so important for Simon to make these connections, especially during a class where everyone gets to enjoy music. He doesn't really have to take the time to focus on certain things that he needs to. He takes the time just to let off some steam and make some friends and make some
And
connections.
he loves his music.
Okay, I have to say, I just don't see how this relates to him being able to make friends in the classroom or on break.
Well, I think it's best if we move onto another issue for now, and maybe set a date to resolve Simon's music schedule for later.
Yes, we can do that.
Sarah?
Yeah, okay, I'd just like to discuss something. Well, I hope to discuss it. His IEP. It states that he can be restrained if he is causing destructive behavior. We were hoping to have this wording changed or modified to have a specific list of actions necessary to call for restraints to be performed. What do you think?
Well, Sarah, I have to be. It's like this. I don't see why this is needed. Aren't we just wasting everybody's time, money by changing it?
By having a clear guideline of our actions that would lead to what we deem necessary restraints, it would allow Sarah and her husband to specifically what is causing Simon to be restrained so that we can work on those behaviors at home. Isn't that right, Sarah?
That's right, yes. And
Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
okay, well, this will allow Simon to continue his classwork uninterrupted as he would gradually lose the need for restraints in the classroom. Don't you think so?
Well, that doesn't seem like a bad idea, actually. I'll have the teachers and the staff bring me a list with the appropriate actions that would require an intervention.
And I really appreciated that. That's awesome. I really appreciate that you would do that.
Sounds like a good idea. Any chance we could set up a time with the teachers and staff to review the suggested list?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Well, I suppose that might be all right. I'll have to see what I can do, as I'm very busy. This coming week with the year-end activities, you understand, I am the principal of this school, and we have very many things to accomplish before the time is done.
Especially graduation, you know?
Yes.
Well, thank you for meeting with us today. It was a pleasure having you sit down with us and discuss these concerns that me and Sarah both have with Simon. I feel as though because we ran out of time today that perhaps we could schedule another meeting at your earliest convenience. That sound good, Sarah?
That sounds good.
Is that alright with you, Mr. Williams?
That'll be fine, Riley. I think that'll be good. You too, Sarah. You can come as well. We'll see when I am free, but thanks for coming. And both of you take care. Hope to see you
We
soon.
will appreciate how much you really care about the students of the school and their success.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate you having
Thank
us.
you for coming, Sarah.
Thank
You're a
you.
great
Thank you.
role model for the students, and it's amazing that you're here.
Thank
I
you.
can actually just give you a note here if you want
Yes.
it, instead of just going through the problem, emailing it, and faxing it.
That'll be fine.
Is that alright with you?
Yes, it will.
Alright, well, is that good enough for you?
See you in
Yes,
the near
that'll be
future.
fine.
Thank
Thank
you.
Alright, well,
Take
thank
care.
you.
Stay both of you.
You too.
Take care.